Okay na yung motor na yan.
Kanina ba yan? Okay lang yan, okay lang. Sige, sabi. Sige, tama ba yung mic ko? Hindi. Parang hindi yan. Saka ba't ka nandyan? Paglalit ka nandyan. Dapat nasa kahit 10 minutes. Ano ko yung gear ko, di ba?
Peak Basketball.
Alright, welcome everyone to Peak Basketball Tournament and welcome of course sa ating official venue, Delco Arena. Dito lang po yan sa San Bartolome, Quezon City at meron po tayong 3 games schedule today sa ating Sunday edition ng Peak Basketball Tournament. At ito na nga po yan, ipapakita natin ng mabilis yung ating mga schedule for today para po malaman nyo kung sino yung mga mapapanood nyo the whole day. Ito na po. Let's go ahead and show the first game. At ang ating first game, 3-piece spot going up against JM Cargo. At yeah, ready lang natin yung ating graphics. Again, ayan po yung ating first game, 3-piece spot against JM Cargo. At yung ating pangalawang laro, ipakita na natin. G ang ating pangalawang laro. On the second game, ang susunod naman po natin ay Sunday ba yan? Sunday ba yan? Saturday at Sunday. Okay, panguna. Nasa Sunday ka, papalit ka sa link. Sunday ka. Sunday yung game. Alright, ang ating second game, Apex Sports Fitness Center versus Level 1 Hoops. At ang ating last game for today ay Elite versus Cypress. So ayan po yung mga mapapanood yung games for today. So nire-ready lang po natin yung ating first game at exactly 5:40 buzzer na po tayo, tip off na tayo para sa ating first game. For now po, commercial po muna tayong mabilis.
Basketball.
Alright, here we go, first game. Sign up po tayo, 3-piece spot going up against JM Cargo. First game of our triple header on a Sunday afternoon. Sa Team Basketball Tournament. Sente na po, yung ating mga starting five.
Yung anak. Sa akin. Lalaro sila. Simula kasi. Ano naman? May mga jersey nila. Wala kasi natin ko si Kokin tagal mag-replay.
Alright, here we go. Start na ng ating first quarter, ng ating first game on a Sunday afternoon. 3-piece spot going up against JM Cargo. Of course, yung 3-piece spot wearing their uniform, yung black jersey, ano? At yung JM Cargo naman is wearing the white jersey. Ang JM Cargo has a standing of 1-0. That's their win-loss card. While ang 3-piece spot naman is trying to go for their second win. Panalo sila kagabi, fresh off a win against Elite. Kagabi yung ating second game. So medyo rested na rin sila at sigurado naman kondisyon tong mga to. So here we go. Tip off or jump ball between Gabriel. Bakit may black na pangalan dyan, Wen? Bakit walang pangalan? Okay, sige. Sino yung jump ball? Trinidad. It's Trinidad and Gabriel for the jump ball, and Trinidad wins that tip-off. At si Seniedo, unang pagkakataon natin siya makikitang maglaro dito for JM Cargo. Itong si Seniedo, kilala ko to as a player of Doc Boleros sa Juniors Edition, noong ating Juniors Edition. 5 seconds to shoot for Estrada. He releases one from the three-pointer but he misses that one. First offense of JM Cargo was an empty possession. Tignan natin ang 3-piece spot. If they would make their first attempt, that is a miss from Tumalip. Uy, tapel nyo na out-rebound doon is Santiago ata yun, no? Kung di ako nagkakamali. This is number 13. Yes, that was Santiago. And this is Seniedo. Flyby by Seniedo. He releases one from the three-pointer. That is a miss. Trinidad. Blocked partially by Gabriel. Nice recovery from Gabriel kahit nasa likod siya doon, no? This is Caliano. Santiago setting up the play for 3-piece spot. And he swings the ball over to Caliano. Caliano looking for a man to pass to, I would suppose. And that is a nice pass to the middle. Oy, tumulak si Gabriel doon. Medyo nakita natin din kahit dito, no? And naturally, I'm not surprised na dinidispute ito ni Gabriel. Pero that's definitely a push from behind from him. That would be his first personal and the first team foul as well for 3-piece spot. And we are still at 2-0. Hindi pa nakakaguhit dito ang JM Cargo. Let's see if they be able to change that on this possession. This is Trinidad against Gabriel. Takes a mid-range jumper. That is good. The first two-pointer for JM Cargo coming from Trinidad. We are knotted at 2 apiece. Caliano missing a three-pointer. Tumatakbo na naman dito ang JM Cargo. Uy, nabitawan ni Tapeño yung bola, no? And tumalip and Trinidad jockeying for the ball. Trinidad recovers that loose ball and makes a two-pointer. And we have a 2-point advantage for JM Cargo after that basket by Trinidad. I believe Trinidad pa lang umi-score dito for JM Cargo. As we see that miss from Gabriel, tumatakbo na naman ng JM Cargo dito. Estrada crosses over, and that is a duty foul for Rom Santiago.
Personal foul number 16. First personal safety foul.
Here we go. Inigo passes to the middle to Tapeño. Tapeño passes to Estrada. Bako, masyadong malakas yung tira ni Estrada. Lalibre ata, no? Sobra. And this is Santiago, hindi challenge siya, but he misses that mid-range jumper. Seniedo uses a pick from Tapeño. Medyo nalabanan yung pick na yon. This is Trinidad taking a three-pointer and missing it. Caliano with the rebound and with the go-ahead pass to Ancheta. That is a two-pointer for Ancheta. And we are knotted at 4 apiece with 3 minutes in sa ating first quarter. Tapeño. Uy, signature spin ni Tapeño. That is a good ball dahil nabitawan naman yon. And he did not dribble the ball after recovering that loose ball. So it's a loose ball, a recover, and a shot. That is a legal play by Tapeño for the two-pointer. Estrada to Tumalip, swings over to Caliano. Caliano, back to Tumalip. Balik ulit kay Ancheta ang bola. Ancheta, favorite niyan. Mid-range jumper. That is too strong for Ancheta. Tapeño with the rebound. Eto, tumatakbo na naman ng JM. Nice fake by Tapeño. Yun nga lang, medyo na-disrupt yung kanyang pasa. And he is claiming that he was hacked. Pero hindi tinawag ng referee yun. Either way, turnover po tayo. Mapupunta ulit sa JM Cargo ang bola. And this is Inigo.
Konti-konti lang.
Inigo with the mid-range shot. Nako, walang bumax out doon. Pinanood ni Tumalip at ni Gabriel yung bola doon, ha? And this is Tapeño looping one over Gabriel, and that is a miss still. This is a fast break play. Ang ganda lamaan ang pasa, and that is a good two-pointer for Gabriel. Gabriel continuing to play good, picking off from where he left off from yesterday. Medyo na foul trouble lang siya kagabi, pero siya basically ang anchor ng 3-piece spot kagabi doon sa laro nila. Ayan, Gabriel, as we speak, on cue, he commits his second personal. Malaki yan. Kasi ilalabas yan, sigurado, no? At natusok, sabi ng ating referee, si Gabriel tumusok sa balikat. And unfortunately, that is a foul called against Gabriel. And once again, he is in foul trouble early on. Wala pa tayong, not even halfway through our first quarter. Dalawa na ang foul ni Gabriel. It's a good thing meron silang pamalit, no? Nandito si Guhar. Yung laro nila kahapon nung nalabas si Gabriel, medyo nahirapan na sila kasi wala silang pampalit na malaki. As we see that foul from Seniedo. And here we go back to our ball game. Caliano to Tumalip. Tumalip, three-pointer. That is a bit short. And Trinidad grabs the rebound for JM Cargo. This is Seniedo. Nice defense by Santiago. Oops, traveling yan, sabi ng ating referee. We have a couple of substitution here for JM Cargo. 3, 4, 5 ang papalitan. Lahat pinalitan. So it's a batch substitution for JM Cargo. 5 minutes and 7 seconds remaining sa ating first quarter. We are at 9-6, 3-point advantage for JM Cargo. Swing of the ball ends up at the hands of Calyano to Tumalib to Ancheta. Ancheta sidestepping move. Nakalusot pero sumablay as we see that offensive rebound from Gohar. And he was able to get a foul as well from Monares. And Monares committing, I believe, his first personal and also the second team foul for JM Cargo. The first shot by Gohar is a miss. Second shot by Gohar. He also misses that one, so that is an empty possession or empty trip on the line for Gohar. And a chance for JM Cargo to extend the lead even further. Standing at 3 at the moment. Nako, natapik yung bola na yan. Interception by Ancheta. Ancheta running the floor. Passes to Santiago. Santiago sa gilid. Calyano once again, side three-pointer. Another miss. Oh, tumama ang bola sa JM Cargo. That should go back to three-piece spot. Hindi pa nakakadali rito si Calyano, no? Medyo marami-rami na rin siyang binibitawan. And Santiago gets subbed out by Gaa. Tumalib. Passes to Calyano. Calyano. Low look passer to Ancheta. Ancheta, napipit ang bola. At traveling yan, sabi ng ating referee. A bit of a too late or a bit late sa tawag pero tama naman yung tawag, no? Naiipit eh. At pagkaipit sa tagiliran niya, nag-pivot siya, so that is definitely a traveling. Monares. Humihingi sa ilalim. Si Joven. Joven, binigyan against Gohar. Wow. Medyo wild shot yun by Joven. Tumalip to Calyano. Gaa, first attempt on the three-point line. That is a miss. Nice box out by Ancheta against Monares. Calyano swings to Gaa once again. Gohar, mid-range jumper. He misses that one. Monares grabs a rebound. Motol. This is Salazar for the three-pointer. He misses that one. Tumalib grabs the defensive rebound for three-piece spot. Gaa challenging Hoben. That is a miss as well. Ancheta. Dami sumalibong kay Ancheta doon. At sabi ng ating referee, may nakuhang foul yan mula kay number 34. Nako, that is Monares and that should be Monares' second personal foul. Again, early first quarter, meron na tayong mga foul trouble dito, no? So dalawang tira ang ibibigay dito for Ancheta. First shot by Ancheta trickles in. Second shot by Ancheta is also good, so that's 2 out of 2 for Ancheta. Monares throws one from the three-pointer and he makes that one. That is a three-pointer by Monares. And that brings back the lead to 4 points. And this is Gohar swinging over to the other side. Calyano. Lefty is good. And that was, I believe that's Reyes.
Timeout is powered
With the
by Easy
two-pointer.
Jersey. Quality and
timeout
affordability.
is called
Made easy.
by three-piece spot, and they are disputing that last play against Gohar. Seems like he was actually pushed from behind and no call was made by the referees. Medyo nakita ko rin, medyo may konting tulak, no? I would say medyo siguro according to the referees. All right, here we go back to our ball game. Here we go back to our ball game after that quick timeout by 3-piece spot. 8-14 is our official score. 6-point advantage for JM Cargo. 3-pointer for Caliano, still missing the shot, and Gohar is there for the rebound and the putback. Making good use of his size si Gohar doon, no? And nice hustle by Ancheta, but apparently it's already out of bounds as per our referee. Monares swings over to Salazar. Motol, Mr. Hookshot. Natapi ka ng bola. Same ball tayo. 10 seconds to shoot.
Shot na, come on. No, shot na, come on.
10 seconds shot clock.
So siya ka nakatingin.
Ilan tao dito?
This is Gaa to Ancheta. Ancheta.
One game na.
Sablay ang unang tira ni Perhis. Perhis also had a good game from yesterday. This is Monares passing back to Reyes, swings over to Salazar. Salazar, nako, ganda sana ng pasa, no? Motol to Salazar. That is a miss. Gohar to Caliano. Caliano, hasn't made the basket yet. Si Caliano. Sayang yung jumper ni Ancheta na yun from the mid-range. Salazar directing the traffic for JM Cargo. This is... Nako, Motol still missing that one. Monares. Mid-range jumper. That is good. 2 points. That jumper is beautiful by Monares. Napakagandang pretty looking jump shot from Monares. Caliano susubok ulit sa tres, and finally Caliano able to make one, and that would be his first points of the ball game. At siguro yun medyo makaka boost na ng konting confidence si Caliano. Now shooters are always gonna shoot, no? Yan ang sinasabi nila. As we see that turnaround shot by Hoben. Malaki to si Hoben, no? Hoben or Joven, that tatanong natin yan mamaya kung ano ba talaga yung apelyido niyan. Caliano once again. Ancheta, titirada to si Ancheta, and challenging the defense of Joven. Wow, what a strong move by Ancheta. Upper body strength ang ginamit niya doon against Joven, and that is not an easy shot as we see Monares forming a three-pointer at the wing. This is Salazar passing to Reyes. Reyes drives to the basket. Reyes makes the two-pointer. Siya yata yung pinakamaliit na mama dyan sa loob ng court, but he was able to make that 2 point. Seconds remaining sa ating first quarter. 22 seconds. And there is a 4-second differential between our game clock and our shot clock. This is Perhis. Looper. That is too strong. Joben grabs the rebound for JM Cargo. Last shot ang hinihingi dito ng coach, pero that would be a jump ball situation, and that ball should go back to 3-piece spot dahil ang first possession natin kanina was to JM Cargo. And this is a very rare incident, yung mga ganyan. At masikip yung bola, bilabato pero ayaw matanggal. Bagong-bago kasi yung bola natin. Medyo matagal na atang hindi nagba-basketball yung ating referee, ano? Alright. Okay, back to the ball game, and 3-piece spot still has 8.8 seconds remaining on the game clock to orchestrate one more play. 5 seconds. Nako, na-trap dun sa gilid si Perhis. But that ball goes back to them with 3.8 seconds remaining. This is more than enough time for them to be able to make a basket. 3.8. This is Ancheta with a step back jumper. He nearly made that, and that should end our first quarter. And after 10 minutes, we have our score at 15-20. Advantage JM Cargo. And we'll be back with the second quarter in just a few seconds time po. Mabilis na break lang. Tapos we'll pick up sa ating second quarter. Maraming salamat.
Basketball would like to thank our major sponsors: Easy Jersey,
Ace Crest Apparel, and Empire Crete Batching Plant.
Follow our socials, both on Facebook and YouTube, for updates on what's happening within the league. Peak Basket.
Alright, here we go. Picking up on our second quarter. And we have JM Cargo leading by 5 points. And they have the possession to start the second quarter. Oy, si Victor pala. Nandito na. That is a 3-pointer. And a miss from Trinidad. Fast lineup tong pinasok ng JM Cargo sa loob. Ayan, speaking of fast lineup, this is Estrada. Or Trinidad rather, making a 2-pointer. Eto yung masakit, no, para sa 3-piece spot. Ay, andyan na pala. Pinasok na pala si Gabriel. Hopefully, he will not be picking up his third quarter anytime soon. Dahil kailangan talaga siyang loob. The lead by Trinidad. Blocking that shot. This is Victor. Victor Hesse. Medyo short yung tira ni Victor na yun. But he was able to recover the offensive rebound. Uy, natapik. 3-pointer pa paglinawan, medyo malakas yan. First shot of Mikey, hindi pumasok, no? This is Tumalip. Quick passing from 3-piece spot. Hands up, the hands up. Wow, ang ganda ng ikot ng bola naman. Ayun. And that is an easy basket by Perhis after those quick passing by 3-piece spot. Once again, this is Trinidad. And that is gonna be all day for Trinidad. No? Ititira talaga ni Trinidad yan. Ang problema, si Gabriel ang pinapahabol nila ron. Mawawalan sila ng depensa sa gitna if Gabriel will be going out. Or as we see that 3-pointer by Gaa, ang bilis ng bawi ni Gaa doon. And that brings down the lead to just 4 again. Medyo malakas yung tira na yun. Alanganing banda, alanganing ring yung tira doon ni Estrada. This is Tumalip swinging over to Gaa. Gaa taking another 3-pointer. He misses that time around. Tapeño with the rebound. Passes to Estrada. Estrada to Victor. Victor, Nuarin. 3-pointer. Bang by Victor Nuarin. And this actually is the largest lead of the ball game. 7 points, 27-20. And JM Cargo slowly finding their pace. Napakaganda naman ang pasa na yun. Once again, that is Gabriel with the beautiful pass. Yan yung binabanggit natin kagabi pa. No? Magaling pumasa talaga ito si Gabriel. And this is Estrada swinging over to Nuarin. Once again, it's Nuarin with the 3-pointer. He misses that one. Trinidad looking for a foul on that occasion, but he did not get one. And this is Tumalip. Tumalip, bumangga and makes a 2-pointer against Tapeño. That is not an easy task. Ha? Malaki ang katawan ni Tapeño na yan. Ang ganda ng give and go play. Nuarin makes the lefty shot. What a play. Ang ganda ng touch passing doon. Mikey and Nuarin connection. Gabriel once again swings to inside. He gets the ball and he gets fouled, I believe, by Tapeño. Tignan natin, i-confirm natin, ha? And that is a foul against number 5. And yes, that is the case. It's Tapeño picking up, I believe, his second personal foul. Or rather, just his first, as shown on our stat board. First shot by Gabriel is a miss. And second shot of John Gabriel. He banks that one in. Ayun yung struggle kagabi ni John, no? Yung free throw. And he was actually making it nung binabanda niya yung tira niya. And as evident on that shot. And once again, this is Trinidad. Mid-range jumper in and out for Trinidad that time around. Gaa, tumalip sa gilid. This is Bayona making the easy mid-range jumper. Bayona with the 2-pointer. Tapeño hasn't scored a point yet against Tumalip. Tapeño. Dalawang sasalubong kay Tapeño rito. Nuarin swings over to Mikey. Mikey, that is a bit short. Nako, nandun si that's Gabriel. Or that is not actually Gabriel. Apologies for that. That was Estrada with the 2-pointer. Gabriel, ang ganda naman ng pasa. Once again, it's Gabriel making things happen for 3-piece spot. Finding Tumalip on that very paglinawan. Dribbles, takes a shot. That is too strong. Nando si Tapeño with the offensive putback. 4-point advantage still for JM Cargo. Oops, temporarily losing the handle was Tumalip, recovered by Perhis. Perhis to Gabriel. Gabriel swings to Gaa. Gaa drives to the middle. Naku, bumuka yung depensa doon. Walang sumalubong kay Gaa. And Gaa makes them pay for that lapse in defense. Naku, nabitawan ng Tapeño yung bola, no? Tapeño is a bit out of sorts so far sa laro na ito as we see that shot by Gaa. Nuarin. There is a call, a traveling violation. And we have a couple of substitutions here. Lima ulit ang substitution dito ng JM Cargo. Now, personally, hindi ako believer ng mga batch substitution, no? Kasi yung magiging adjustment dyan, 5 player yung mag-adjust. But of course, I'm not really a professional coach, so wala tayong masasabi dyan. Pero, that is a 3-pointer. Unintentional, but still counts as a 3-pointer from Tumalip. It was actually a pass to Gabriel, but the ball went in or ball went to the basket, and that is definitely ayun, binalikan ng totoong 3-pointer doon ni Seniedo. And that is the first 3-pointer by Seniedo. This is Perhis. Calyano swings over to Tumalip, back to Calyano. Bayona, medyo tumagal ang bola kay Bayona. Calyano back to Tumalip, libreng-libre si Tumalip. Tumalip missing that shot, and Gabriel grabs the offensive rebound. Salazar left against, ang ganda na naman ng pasa doon, hindi lang na shoot Tumalip, naagaw dito ni Inigo to Motol. Motol spins, misses. Perhis with the rebound. Tumalip and Gabriel leading the fast break, and Tumalip making the 2-pointer. And don't look now, it's a tied ball game once again after that beautiful play from a 3-piece spot. And the lead was as high as 7 just a little while back, pero nahabol na ito kaagad ng 3-piece spot, no? Monares swings over to Inigo. Inigo takes a 3-pointer. That is a bit too strong. And Gabriel grabs a rebound for 3-piece spot. Perhis, la-block siya doon ni Salazar. And this is Gabriel with a mid-range jumper. That is a miss. Tapikan ng bola. Bumalik kay Gabriel. Monares to Seniedo. Passes to Inigo. Bounce pass to Motol. Motol blocked by Tumalip. Nice recovery from Tumalip. Overpassing ata doon ang JM Cargo. That should have been a 3-pointer by and that is an N1 play by Gabriel.
Let's
Let's look at that quickly or that replay. Nice passing, Calyano could have actually taken that shot, but he chose to pass to Gabriel and it resulted into an N1 play for Gabriel. So tingnan natin kung ibabanda ulit ni Gabriel tong kanyang tira. He does. And that is actually working for him. So there's nothing wrong with that, no? Whatever works for you sa free throw, yeah, that is good. And don't look now, 3 puntos na. Lumamang na dito ang 3-piece spot as we see that 2-pointer from JM Cargo reducing the lead just to 1. That was Motol with the 2-pointer. 39-38. 1-point advantage for 3-piece spot. Ancheta. Uy, naku, masyadong inisi-isi ni Gabriel. Natapikan siya ng bola doon. Nice swipe from Salazar. This is Seniedo. Seniedo pulls up. That is short by Seniedo. And Inigo with the recovery and the 2-pointer. Naku, hindi nakatingin si Bayona doon. That was a turnover. 1 minute and 47 seconds remains. Sa ating second quarter, 39-40 ang ating official score. Nakatapik ang bola. Seniedo, 3-pointer. That is short once again from Seniedo, and that ball was thrown out of bounds by Motol.
Nakailan tayo na sila? Dapat pa. Pero isa lang kayo pag ginamit nyo na yan, ha?
Gohar misses the shot. He gets the rebound right back and puts the 2-pointer right in to grab the lead once again by 141-40 ang ating official score. Inigo to Salazar. Salazar to Monares. Monares passes to Seniedo. Seniedo to Salazar. A fader by Inigo. That is a bit difficult. This is Bayona. Mahaba pa tong quarter natin. We still have 45 seconds remaining. Once again, it's Ancheta to the basket. Nice block by Motol. Pero nandun na naman si Gohar to recover that loose ball. Gohar definitely making use of his wide body. Inigo, 3-pointer, another miss. Top out by Salazar. And that ball should stay with the 3-piece spot, or should go to 3-piece spot rather.
Is powered by Easy Jersey. Quality and affordability. Made easy.
Eh, saan mo nilagay yung pentel pen? Kailangan ko yun. All right, here we go back to our ball game. 33.1 seconds remaining. And it's going to be 3-piece spot possession. So basically, dalawang offense pa to, no? And 3-piece spot is leading by 3 points. Nako, naagaw yung pasa na yun ni Calyano. That was intercepted by Monares. And this is Seniedo. And he will definitely manage this clock down to its last second dahil meron lang tayong 2-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Seniedo, mid-range jumper. He misses that one. Motol fighting for that rebound. He shapes it to Manares. 5 seconds still. Salazar to the basket. And he makes that one. And that should end our second quarter. Nice two-pointer there from Salazar to end the quarter. And our official score is 43-42 or 43-42. Yes, 1 point advantage with 3-piece spot. Babalik po tayo in just a few minutes time para sa ating second half. Maraming salamat. Balik po tayo sa ating ball game. Naka-halftime break po tayo, no? At ipapakita lang natin ng mabilis yung ating mga stats, halftime stats natin for both teams. So, and of course, this is brought to you by Ace Crest Apparel. So we call this the Ace Crest Apparel halftime stats. And the score is 43-42, just a 1 point advantage for a 3-piece spot. And as you can see po sa field goal percentage, 43.9 for 3-piece spot. Slightly lower than JM Cargo, which is at 44.2. As a rebounds naman, not much difference as well. Just about or just 4 points or 4 rebounds ahead po ang JM Cargo. Assists 7 all at sa turnovers naman 5 against 6. At 2 minutes warm up lang po, and then we'll be back with our second half for this first game. Again, you are watching 3-piece spot going up against JM Cargo, and we'll be back in just a few minutes time po, no? Pag-warm upin lang po muna natin yung ating mga players, and then we'll be back after.
Basketball would like to thank our major sponsors: Easy Jersey,
Ace Crest Apparel, and Empire Crete Batching Plant.
Follow our socials, both on Facebook and YouTube, for updates on what's happening within the league.
Peak Basketball.
Basketball would like to thank our major sponsors. Easy Jersey,
Ace Crest Apparel, and Empire Crete Batching Plant.
Follow our socials, both on Facebook and YouTube, for updates on what's happening within the league.
Peak Basketball.
All right, here we go, and we are back with the second half of our first game between 3P Spot and JM Cargo. And by the way, just quick information lang po, no? Next week, isang laro lang po tayo or isang araw lang tayong maglalaro. That would be on a Saturday. Wala po tayong Sunday games next week. And here we go, start of our third quarter. And we have 3P Spot leading by a mere point to start off the third quarter. Tapeño swings over to Estrada, or Trinidad rather, and that is too strong from Trinidad. Gohar, nakakarami ng rebound to si Gohar, ha? This is Caliano swinging over to Gaa. Gaa left alone, three-pointer. Gohar once again missing the shot. Ancheta to Gaa. Caliano. Gaa, lefty, that is good by Gaa. Hindi ko alam kung lefty talaga to si Gaa, pero ang ganda ng adjustment na ito, na kung hindi siya lefty. He shot that ball with his left hand to adjust. And this is Caliano swinging over to Gaa. Gaa setting up the play for 3P Spot, swings over to Gohar. Gohar pinabayaan sa tres. That's a bit short for Gohar. Jacking for the ball. Medyo tumulak ata si Trinidad doon. At yan ay nakita nga. And that was a clear push from Trinidad against, I believe it was Caliano. Ang kalaban niya doon sa rebounds. So babalik ang bola dito for 3P Spot and a fresh 14 as well. Ancheta to Gohar. Ancheta receives the ball right back against Tapeño. Swings over to Caliano. Caliano takes a three-pointer. That is short once again from Caliano. Medyo hindi maganda ang laro ni Caliano ngayon, ha? Compared to his previous games, that is subpar for Caliano. And Oben unable to control the rebound. Pero sabi ng ating referee, that was touched last by Elseber. So that ball should go right back to JM Cargo. And they have a fresh 14-second clock sa kanilang shot clock rather. Trinidad with the inbounds. Estrada to Tapeño. Tapeño swings over to Nuarin. Nuarin all day to shoot the three-pointer. A bit too strong for Nuarin. And Gaa, natapikan si Gaa doon. Nice defense by Nuarin. Estrada to Nuarin. Nuarin, ang ganda naman lang baba noon. What a play by Victor Nuarin. Sigurado, papasok sa top 10 plays of the week yun. This is Ancheta with the mid-range. That is no good. Battle for the rebound. Nice thinking by Trinidad, ha? throwing it against Gohar because it was out of control. Estrada takes a three-pointer. That's a bit too strong once again from Estrada. JM Cargo hasn't been shooting the ball that well sa three-pointer so far. Tingnan natin if they will be improving this. As we see, once again, Gas slicing the middle and making a two-pointer. This is Ancheta going up against Tapeño. Ancheta, malakas ang katawan nito ni Ancheta. Caliano swings to Gohar. Gohar, another three-point attempt from Gohar. This time around, malakas naman. Nuarin to Tapeño, and Tapeño gets hacked. And that is a good foul actually from Tapeño. And JM Cargo is actually asking for an advantage foul, but there wasn't any foul called sa kabilang side ng court, no? I'd like to believe that was actually a shot by Tapeño. So, 2 shots should actually be granted. And then, I believe the referees would like to take a look at that instance kung merong i-review po kung odds po yung play or tignan natin. No? Give us a quick minute po, i-review lang natin. Ano ba tawag niyo sa court? Anong tawag natin sa court? Ano lang, regular lang?
Hindi mo na, ano?
Okay, sige, kayo kung ano tawag.
Sa akin, bilang coaching.
Kung hindi bola ang hinabol, at
Siwan na siya. Para sa akin, siwan na siya. Nandun ko, advice siya, There's no good for the coach. Pangayos ko.
Alright, so after the review, the call was upgraded to Sportsman.com against Caliano. And Caliano will be sitting for 3 minutes. And another technical for Caliano.
Pare, kalma pare. Mga penalties natin, ha?
Walang pumayara yan. Menel.
Guys, yung captain lang, saka coaching staff, saka yung involved na player. Dudumugin yung referee, hindi kayo magkakaintindihan. Tanong kayo maayos.
Pinag tayo for holding up the referee.
Technical foul on Caliano.
Labas Kalyano. Si Kalyon, sa coach po.
Pwede patingin ng clarity mo. Makita yung pagkita ng ano.
Paano pa hindi muna? Hindi natin re-review ngayon. Tinawag na ng referee, mamaya natin. Kung may dispute kayo.
Personal foul, jersey number 1. Rachel. The jersey number 26 is right. That's first personal safety foul.
Sabi ng referee, nakagulo kasi.
Alright, apologies for the late commentary. In-approach lang natin ang audio yung version 3P just to basically explain to them why the call was actually upgraded. And of course, they are disputing that call. And I was actually explaining to them that the reason for it is because of the wide up at humahabol na lang kasi yung player doon sa likod. And the angle as well as sa line-up side ng referee ay medyo more excessive yung palo ni Caliano. Of course, Caliano is disputing that call and he was claiming he was going for the ball. And I actually believe Caliano, but again, ang explanation ko sa kanila, it could have been the angle, kaya itinawag ng referee yun na anspo. So, hopefully all is well at pag-uusapan natin yan, whatever penalties needs to be imposed. Kasi meron tayong mga penalties no, sa technical and unsportsmanlike foul. Pero, again, that was just for my judgment. Traveling, ang tinawag doon. As we see that traveling from substitution. Tayo rito, tumalip. And this is Perhis and Gabriel going back to the ball game. 49-50, 1-point advantage for JM Cargo. And of course, we would like to take control of this ball game, no? Kaya medyo nilapitan din natin yung 3-piece spot. As we see that 3-pointer from Estrada, and I think that has swing the momentum back over to JM Cargo after those sequence, no? Nung upgrade na tinawag. This is Gabriel. Gabriel passes to the middle. Ang ganda ng pass. And Ga gets fouled. What a pass. That was a nice play from 3-piece spot and a foul from jersey number 13. That is Salting.
Ano to? Nilista ko na, 3:38. May nag-time out na ba, Wen? Thanks, Kuya.
Second shot by Gaa is good. And Gaa brings down the lead to just 3 points. Four minutes and 25 seconds remain. This is Inigo. That is a hard contact, but there was no foul called. Santiago. Oh, a nice challenge by Trinidad against Gabriela. And this is Estrada pulling up for a mid-range jumper. Medyo mahina. Isa pa. And that is good this time around from Estrada. Natapikaw din si Gabriel, but the ball stays with Salting or with 3-piece spot rather, and Motol is subbing in for Trinidad. Santiago to Tumalip. Tumalip. Gabriel receives the ball. Gabriel against Tapeño. Gabriel spins. Looked easy but he misses that shot. Nandun si Perhis. Once again, this is Gabriel being hounded by 3 defenders and getting a foul. This time around from Motol. And warning for penalty na rito ang JM Cargo. We still have 3 minutes and 47 seconds remaining sa ating third quarter. A very, very competitive ball game still. This is Tumalip. Tumalip fakes, drops to Gabriel. Nako, si Gabriel, easy na naman yung tira doon. And he gets fouled by Estrada. Nako, mukhang nadali si Gabriel dito. May iniinda si Gabriel. Or baka frustration niya lang yon. Let's see. First shot by Gabriel, sablay talaga. Kapag hindi binabanda ni Gabriel, tingnan natin kung ibabanda niya itong pangalawa niyang tira, no? And he does it, and he makes the free throw this time around. So I guess Gabriel is actually okay. Frustration niya lang ata yun, kaya medyo napamura siya doon. And a 4-point advantage for JM Cargo. Salting to Tapeño. Dalawa kaagad si Tapeño. Spin by Tapeño. Nice move from Tapeño. Santiago. To Gaa. Gaa. Challenging Inigo. And that is a good non-call, no? Sa angulo ko dito, kitang-kita ko that was all ball. And it's a good thing the referee isn't whistle happy on that situation. That is just a side out inbounds. At nakita ko sa angulo, wala talagang foul yan. Although, of course, 3-piece spot would dispute that. Gabriel to Santiago. Santiago takes a 3-pointer. He makes a 3-pointer. That was Santiago. With a no hesitation 3 and the conversion to help them reduce the lead or to help the team reduce the lead to just 3 points. Motol, sablay pa rin. Mga gimme shots ni Motol yan, no? Yung mga tutok na ganyan ni Motol, normally hindi niya sinasablay yan. Santiago. Ang ganda ng feed. Ay, nako! Once again, it's Santiago missing the shot. Sayang. Substitution tayo rito. Substitution ulit tayo dito. Santiago. Passes to Tumalip. Perhis against Salting. Perhis drives to the middle. Strong move pero walang angle si Nako, medyo malakas ata to. Motol tries to save the ball pero walang napuntahan yung bola na yun. Santiago to Perhis. Perhis. Strong move to the basket but he was met by Trinidad. Ito, tumatakbo ang JM Cargo. Inigo to Salting. Salting swings over to Salazar. Sa ilalim, Motol. Uy, nako, malakas yung pasa. Nako, na-anticipate ni Salting niya. Inigo underneath. That is a 2-pointer for Trinidad. Sayang yung break na yun. That could have been a fast break play for 3-piece spot, but it turned out as a fast break play or as an interception of the basket for JM Cargo, and that increases the lead to 5 points. I believe this is the largest lead for JM Cargo, no? Just for JM Cargo, 2 points by Perhis. Inigo swings over to Salazar. A bit dangerous yung pasa na yun, no? Salting fakes the pass to Inigo, swings once again to Salazar. Salazar to Motol, Motol to Salazar. Ayaw tumira ni Salazar. And inaabot yan. Kitang-kita yan. That is definitely a foul. And 3 shots for Salazar. 3 beses nahawakan ni Salazar yung bola doon, no? And finally, he took the shot and he was able to get a foul from Tumalip. And Salazar makes the first of 3. 1 minute and 16 seconds remaining sa ating third quarter. Second shot is good as well. Tignan natin kung 3 out of 3 to. Si Salazar. And this is to make the lead 6 points. And that is the case. 3 out of 3 for Salazar. And the score is 62-56.
Nakita ko hindi tumakbo, mga 3 seconds, 4 seconds yun.
...24 seconds sa ating shot clock. Alright, so na-reset tayo doon, no? Back to 24 seconds.
Maser, pumasok ka!
Gabriel trying to back down Trinidad. That pass was anticipated. Minsan, no, yung katangkaran mo is actually gonna be a disadvantage for you kasi yung base nung kalaban mo na mas maliit, mas planted eh. Nako, that is a turnover. This is Salting. Oy! He fumbles that ball and Gaa fakes the pass, gets fouled. That is definitely a foul from Salazar. And Salazar acknowledges that and raises his hand immediately. Two shots para kay Gaa. And Gaa is already at 12 points, ha? Magandang nilaro ni Gaa ngayon, ha? And he makes his first free throw for his 13th point. Second shot by Gaa is no good. 1 out of 2 for Gaa. And the lead remains at 5 points para sa JM Cargo. Inigo to Trinidad. Trinidad has been shooting the mid-range jumper, no? Kanina pa. And on cue, he takes another one, but he misses that. And Motol unable to control that offensive rebound. So the ball goes back to 3-piece spot. With 35 seconds remaining sa ating third quarter, still a 5-point advantage for JM Cargo. Well, of course, we don't want to take away another factor, though. Fresh kasi ang JM Cargo, no? Unlike 3-piece spot they actually played yesterday. Gabriel, strong move, gets a foul from Trinidad. Pwedeng maglabanan, no? Pero mukhang tumapik ata doon si Trinidad, and that actually caused the foul. So, 2 free throw dito ibibigay kay Gabriel. And Gabriel makes the first one. Second shot by Gabriel. No, napapansin nyo, nakangiti ito si Gabriel, no? Kasi magkakaibigan naman to actually, ano? Yung mga naglalaro, they know each other. So of course, hindi lang natin maalis yung intensity ng game, minsan medyo mataas. But these folks are friends at the end of the day. So Inigo, mid-range jumper, 2 points by Inigo. Ang ganda ng jump shot ni Inigo, ha? This is Trinidad fishing for the foul. He didn't get one. And to end the quarter, Santiago gets called for a warning for plopping, no? And that ends our third quarter, 59-64, 5-point advantage for JM Cargo. And we will be back after this quick break.
Basketball would like to thank our major sponsors: Easy Jersey,
Ace Crest Apparel, and Empire Crete Batching Plant.
Follow our socials, both on Facebook and YouTube, for updates on what's happening within the league.
Peak Basketball.
Alright, balik tayo sa ating ball game. It's a 5-point advantage to start the fourth quarter. Advantage JM Cargo, and possession I believe will go to 3-piece spot. Abangan nating mabuti ito kung ano mangyayari. This is a very, very competitive ball game. And in fact, lahat ng laro natin, no, so far has been very competitive, no. Walang kumakalas kahit yung laro natin kagabi, no. Maganda. So tingnan natin. There is some discussions amongst our referees, ano kayong pinag-usapan nila dito.
Yan lang. Anong problema? Oh, it's ko lang naman yun. 3 minutes lang naman yung rest ko.
Ay, sa bench yung technical, sa coach.
Sino ba tineknical natin kanina?
Sa coach na.
Sige. Teka, pag-usapan natin. Teka. Pag-usapan na, dalawa. Dalawang technical ka. Hindi natin nakakount yun, dalawang technical pa. Yung hands ko sa technical pa.
Alright, may clarification lang, no. Nagtanong kanina si Calyano sa akin, and that was my miss. Sinabi ko sa kanya 3 minutes 38 papasok siya, but unfortunately dalawang technical na po si Calyano, and I might have misinformed him, and I apologize for that, pero that still is a call that stands. Dalawang technical si Calyano, and he will not be able to get back to the ball game, unfortunately, because of that. As we see that 2-pointer, nag-iiringan yung dalawa, si Tapeño at saka si Gohar. Alright, so cooler heads should prevail. Tuloy natin ang ating laro. Okay, so walang tawag dito. And there is a warning.
Warning for technical, both Gohar and Tapeño.
Mas medyo umiinit ang laro dito na si Gohar at si Tapeño. Natawagan sila ng warning doon for contact or altercation after the play. Oy, Salazar.
So, hindi reviewable ang tawag ng referee, ah. Hindi reviewable ang tawag ng referee. Hindi reviewable ang tawag. Hindi reviewable ang tawag ng referee. Ang i-review natin, downgrade at upgrade lang na. Yun lang yung pwede natin i-review, ha. Nakaluhin ko lang, ha. Yung pala. I-review ko yan. After the call, yung mga
Alright, so we're trying to replay that. Tinitignan natin kung there was an intention to fish for a foul. Okay. So again, ang chine-check natin dito is if it's unintentional or an unsportsmanlike foul.
Ang extension ba ng paa? Ano mo yan? Nagawa?
Oo, kung nag-enjoy ka. Sinabi mo ano, pasok yung sige doon. Ano yung sige doon? Cross siya, pasok yung sige doon. Ang extension dapat by side. Forward ang paa, sige ka pa. Forward ang paa.
Regular ball lang. Okay.
So ano decision natin? Regular foul? So still a foul.
Alright, after the review, the ball stands. Personal foul on jersey number 1. That's a miss. And there would be, or that should be 3 shots to be awarded to Salazar after the review.
Ano call? Ang ano, call lang, 3-piece pat ang may foul, hindi JM Cargo.
Sorry po din sa graphics natin. Yes.
Hindi, ang nireview doon yung...
Yung ano, challenge, di ba? Pag bawas tayo.
Hindi naman challenge yun. Actually, ang nireview nila kung ano po yung ginawa ni yun lang naman pwede natin i-review. Yung mga kaya nila ni-review. Dapat nga wala.
Alright, so quick explanation lang po kay coach ng JM Cargo, no? And the reason for that review is not because of the call, but it was actually the question or the intention of Salazar to commit an unsportsmanlike foul. Kasi yun lang po yung agreed namin na pwedeng i-review, no? And under 2 minutes yung mga possession and yung stepping on the line sa 3-pointer, yun yung i-review natin. But again, fouls cannot be disputed and reviewed. Yan po yung napagkasundoan natin. So ito, balik tayo sa ating ball game. This is Estrada swinging over to Manares sa gilid. Salazar once again. And he misses that shot. But he gets the rebound. Naku, siya na yung tumira. Siya pa yung naka-rebound. Medyo mabigat yun, ha? Seniedo. Swings to the other side. 5 seconds to shoot for JM Cargo. Estrada. Umabot yan. And that is a push. Kitang-kita yun from Monares. At eto, balik tayo sa ating ball game. This is Ancheta. Once again, humihingi doon si Gohar, no? Battling against Monares. And sa the hands of Perhis, he misses that shot. This is Salazar. Passing to Tapeño. Tapeño against Gohar. Tapeño. Bumps. Takes the shot. Misses the shot. Nice defense by Gohar. Ang ganda ng honest defense si Gordon. Tumalip. Stops for a 3-pointer. Muntik na siyang tumigop doon. Buti na lang. Dumikit ng konti yung swelas niya. Gohar. 3-pointer. That is good. No good. Monares grabs the rebound for JM Cargo. This is Seniedo. Seniedo, mukhang matatawagan pa siya ng foul doon after losing the... And that is actually the case. Tinawagan siya ng foul ng referee doon after losing the possession. Alright, here we go back to the ball game. Medyo Christmas light yung ilaw natin dito sa stage. Ancheta using the pick from Gohar, and that is a big pick. Nako, medyo masikip yung pasa na yun. Kickball violation ata ang tinawag sa atin ng referee natin, or it's actually a foul against Trinidad. So tumama lang sa paa yun pala, sorry. That wasn't actually a foul, but nice block there from Estrada. Ancheta ang block doon, no? Nice pass to Tapeño on that fast break play by JM Cargo, and they are leading by 6 points. Malayo pa to, no? 7 minutes and 20 seconds remaining sa ating final quarter. Tumalip. Swings over to Gayo. That's Tumalip taking a 3-pointer, and making one is Tumalip. And that should be Tumalip's 12th point of the ball game. 12 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 assist so far for Tumalip. Babawi. And that's a bit short for Estrada. And Estrada unable to make his own 3-pointer. Tumalip. Ang ganda naman ng play na yun niya. Tumalip, he fakes the pass. And step through and then pasa ulit. Mumalik sa kanya. Here we go. Back to the ball game. Inigo. To Seniedo. Seniedo to Estrada. Back to Seniedo. Ends up at the hands of Estrada. Inigo takes a 3-pointer. That is a bit too strong for Estrada, or for Inigo rather. This is Ancheta. Ancheta once again challenging the defense. Nako, kapos lang ng konti. Oy, galing ng labas. Wala pang establish. And there is a foul from jersey number 9. That's Bayona with a personal foul. Si Ancheta, medyo wild reaction siya doon. Nakala niya siya yung foul, but na-realize niya naman na hindi siya yung foul. So, balik sa JM Cargo ang bola. 69-68. Isa na lang pala ang kalamangan. Nalingat lang tayo saglit, ha? Pasa sa ilalim, Tapeño. Estrada. Lako, malakas masyado. And Tapeño recovers the ball, but he steps out of bounds, and the ball goes back to 3-piece spot, and a chance for them to grab the lead with this possession. 6 minutes and 1 second remaining sa ating final quarter. This is Tumalip setting the ball for 3-piece spot. Passes to Perhis. Perhis. Passes to Gohar. Gohar. This is against... Oh, ang ganda ng pasa. Nice recovery there from Estrada. And he nearly taps that ball away from Gohar, but Gohar recovers and makes a 2-pointer. Estrada to Tapeño. Tapeño unable to control that ball, and that is a traveling violation against Tapeño. .76-69 lamang na ang 3-piece spot dito by 1 point. Tapeño or Tumalip rather, apologies for that. Swings over to Gohar. Gohar, talagang wide-bodied si Gohar, and what a footwork and what a 2-pointer for Gohar. Si Gohar ang secret weapon ngayon ng 3-piece spot, and Gohar already has 10 points and 3 rebounds as well to go with that 10 points. This is Trinidad. Oy, kitang-kita yan, kumapit si Perhis before the shooting motion. And Perhis commits his second personal and the 13th foul as well for 3-piece spot. What a move by Estrada, passing to Motol, and finally Motol able to make one. Medyo may nagkainitan dun si Ancheta sa kasi ano ata si Tapeño, no?
Okay, pumasok sa court. Masususpend kayo next game. Lumabas kayo. Santiago Gaa, lumabas kayo ng court, ha? Lumabas kayo. Kahit umawat, wala tayong ganung usapan. Pag lumabas kayo, hindi kayo involved sa play. Santiago, ha?
Alright, so magre-review tayo ng play dito.
Dito tayo rin. After the shot, basket is gone.
Sige, tingnan nyo. Ito.
Sinisiko. Ito sila, ito ha. Sige. Things naman yan, pag lumabas tayo ng hindi yan.
Hindi pa yan.
Prepares
pa yan.
Yan. Yo, yan.
Ayun, bigyan.
Yun, no? Bigyan.
Sa ba, si Ancheta.
Ang namin bigyan yung referee lang dapat na nag-review. Look at the first pack, bigyan Cheta, retaliation. Pa, one more. Guys, isa pa, wala dyan yung play.
Ito yun.
Play, sino na? Sino mo inauna? Sige pa, konti pa. Konti.
Ito na yung buong...
Pag-alam mo kaya? Yung pag-alam niya.
Hindi natin sino na una, clear ha? Kaya pare-pares tayo ng ano. Balik muli. Hatak niya, no? Pero may binigay si Cheta. Yan ha. Good, binigyan din niya. So,
Nabol niya?
nauna si Cheta, nag-retaliate. Nauna sa ilalim, retaliation. Amber, kung ako tatanong, Mr. Best Call, giving a double technical lang. Para ma-define ang sport man ng behavior. Wala silang pupo.
Alright, so after the review, it's a couple technical between Tapeno and Ancheta.
Harap kanina ito ba na technical? Oo. Kasi ano meron kanina, kahit i-review. Yung double technical. Double technical.
Ayun, 4 hours ko lang yun. Ito. Pre, nakalista. Warning lang yun. Go hard. Nakalista. Ililista ko kasi yung mga tawag. Okay.
Alright. Ayan po tayo sa ating... So wala po tayong free throw, nalipad po yan since double technical tayo.
Alright, balik tayo sa ating ballgame. Medyo mainit yung laro. Nagkainitan ng konti doon si Ancheta at saka si Tapeno. May second motion sila after the play. And it was a double technical against Ancheta and Tapeno. This is Inigo swinging over to Estrada. Estrada swings back to Salazar. Three-pointer, that is no good. Tumalip with the strong rebound. Tumalip to Ancheta. Ancheta thinking three pero nilapit niya. Mid-range by Ancheta, that is no good. Motol. And that was Bayona fighting for the rebound. Tapeno. Nako, outnumbered. Ay nako, nabitawan. And that is a traveling violation. Sayang, nabitawan ni Estrada yung bola dun. 3 minutes and 55 seconds. 1 point advantage for three-piece spot. Tumalip, swings over to Ancheta. Ancheta to Guhar. Guhar against Tapeno. Naku, tumahambay si... Anong tinawag ng ating referee? Hand check foul against Tapeno. And that is the case. It's a hand check foul going up against Tapeno. Third personal warning for penalty. Parehong ko po nandito. So they can no longer give up any foul unless it's an offensive foul. Free throw tayo rito per his. Passing to Bayona. Bayona to Ancheta. Guhar, pinabayaan sa midrange and he makes the pay for that with the two-pointer. That is Perhis's, or that is actually Guhar's 12th point of the ball game, and they grab the lead by 3 points. Estrada Ang ganda naman ang pasa na yon. Motol, recipient of that beautiful pass from Estrada. And that brings down the lead to just 1 point. Tumalip swings over to Ancheta. Papunta kay Bayona. Bayona with a 2-pointer. And that is his 8th point of the ball game. Salazar swings over to Estrada. Balik kay Salazar. Salazar takes it closer. Leaves it to Tapeño. Inigo back to Salazar. Nalibre si Salazar sa 3. Salazar, that is a bit short. Bayona with the rebound. 2 minutes and 45 seconds remaining. Tumalip takes it all the way to the basket. Dipsy-do by Tumalip. Estrada. Estrada takes a 3-pointer. That is a miss. And this is Ancheta grabbing the rebound for 3-piece spot. 2 minutes and 18 seconds remaining. 5-point advantage but 3-piece spot. A 3-piece spot wisely slowing down the ball game here, although meron pa tayong 2 minutes remaining and 8 seconds. Bayona once again. And that triggers a timeout for JM Cargo after that basket. Back-to-back basket by Bayona, or rather, that is a basket from Bayona. Prior to that,
Quality
it was
and
Tumalip.
affordability. Made easy.
At napa-timeout dito ang JM Cargo. They are down by 7 points. And they would need to talk things over dito, no? To stop the momentum of 3-piece spot. Already leading by 7 points. All right, here we go. Back to the ball game. 2 minutes and 5 seconds remaining. Already a 7-point advantage for 3-piece spot. Basket by Tumalip and then Bayona sa gitna. They are leading by 7.
Focus tayo, focus na laro tayo.
Inigo ends up with the ball and makes a 3-pointer. That is a big one. Babasa 4 ang kalamangan dito after that made basket from the 3-point line by Inigo. And this is still far from over. This is Tumalip. Pumepersa na si Tumalip, ha? And it's a traveling violation called against Tumalip. 4-point advantage, 1:41 remaining.
Kaya na kayo magkwentuhan.
Inigo. Tapeño. Uy, that is a traveling violation. Tapeño slipping. Medyo masyadong hard stop yung ginawa ni Tapeño dun, and his shoes wasn't able to take that momentum at nadulas siya ron, Ancheta. Perhis, binasa kay, that is a wild shot from Gohar. Agawa ng bola. This is Tapeño, swinging over to Inigo. He misses that shot. Estrada, strong rebound and a foul from Ancheta. That is definitely a foul. And 2 shots to be rewarded to Inigo, or to Estrada rather. And this is to basically bring down the lead to 2 if he makes both of the free throws. Tignan natin. Nako, badly needed free throw, and Estrada misses the first one. That would definitely not help them. Seconds remaining sa ating final quarter. 3-point advantage for 3P Spot. Now, if 3P Spot makes a basket on this possession, medyo mabigat-bigat yan for JM Cargo. This is Tumalip. Nako, iniwanan si Tumalip. Bayona, this is gonna be a big one, but that is an air ball. And ball should go back to JM Cargo. A chance for them to bring it down to 2 or even tie it with a 3-pointer. Tignan natin kung ano mangyayari sa possession na to. And already the coaching staff of 3P Spot is advising the committee na kung makabasket ang JM Cargo, this is gonna be a timeout. Tumalip, muntik nang maagaw yun. This is a big one, but a short. And they would need to foul. At nakita ng referee yun. It's side out.
Timeout is powered by Easy Jersey. Quality and affordability. Made easy.
That was a big turnover for Bayona, no? Kasi if they were able to control that ball, pinafoul na sila doon ng JM Cargo, pero yung ball pressure medyo napabitaw sa bola si Bayona. And this is gonna be a big possession for JM Cargo. Let's see if they'll be going for the quick 2 or if they'll be going for the tie, which is of course a 3-pointer. 80-77 is our official score. Here we go, back to the ball game. All right, here we go. 20.9 seconds remaining. This is a very crucial possession. Nagtutulak ang kaagad doon si Trinidad saka si Perhis. All right, so the referees are huddling for here we go, back to the ball game. And there is a double foul called against Trinidad and Perhis. They are jockeying for position.
Double foul on Perhis and Trinidad of JM Cargo.
Here we go, back to the ball game. This is Estrada. 3-pointer by Estrada. He misses that one. Tignan natin kaninong rebound. Kay Inigo. Swings over to Salazar. Salazar misses the 3-point once again. And that ball sails out of bounds. At tinapik yan ni Trinidad. And that ball. And we should be able to replay that. It's the last 2 minutes.
After the review, it has been declared that the possession is going to JM Cargo. As such, Kyrgyzstan.
Ito, balik tayo after nung review, no? Nakita, tumama sa mukha ng 3-piece spot. So may chance pa rito, pang-apat na chance na to ng JM Cargo to tie this ball game. Estrada goes out for a 3-pointer and still misses that one. Tapena misses the shot, and that should be the ball game. 3-piece spot surviving that onslaught from JM Cargo. 5 3-point attempt from JM Cargo. At talagang para sa 3-piece spot tong laro na to. Pero yung 5 3-pointer yung binitawan ng JM Cargo, hindi sila nakashoot dun sa 5 attempt na yon.
And there is still a personal foul in jersey number 5. So 2 shots for Ancheta.
And there you have it, 2 more free throws for Ancheta after a foul was actually called before the end of the buzzer. And that really matters because quotient tayo, no? Importante yung mga puntos na ganyan. Once again, congratulations to 3-piece spot winning this ball game. They are improving to 2-1 and JM Cargo is actually falling to 1-1. 82-77, 5-point advantage. Babalik po tayo sa ating player of the ball game after a quick break. Maraming salamat po.
Basketball would like to thank our major sponsors: Easy Jersey,
Ace Crest Apparel, and Empire Crete Batching Plant.
Follow our socials, both on Facebook and YouTube, for updates on what's happening within the league.
Peak Basketball.
Alright, so we are back with our player of the ballgame and our winning coach. Of course, ang final score natin, 80-77. Just a 3-point advantage. In fact, coach, nakalimang tira pa yung JM Cargo sa 3 points. Muntik pa rin tayo mag-overtime. Ano yung naging adjustment natin? Maganda yung nilaro. Kahit na alam kong medyo pagod kayo dahil kagabi, last game kayo. Ano yung ginawa nating reminder sa team natin para still we pull off this win?
Sinabihan ko naman yung mga team na talaga maging agresibo. Kasi the first time yung last game namin kahapon, medyo rough pa kami. So may mga adjustment kaming ginawa ng co-coach ko. Then siguro swerte rin dahil again, sinabi mo nakalimang tira. So nakita namin, naramdaman namin na pagod na rin siguro sila. Then we come up dun sa play na last play namin na mag small ball.
Si TH yung ating player of the ball game, pero I'd like to recognize as well si Gohar, magic bunot natin. Maganda nga nilaro ni Gohar, no? At the absence of Gabriel, mayroon kayong isang malaki. Pero ito, of course, TH is our player of the ball game. TH, ano yung naging preparasyon natin bago maglaro?
Well, kasi yung sabi nga ni Coach, rough yung first game namin. So, parang last night lang kami nagkasama-sama. So, parang kinilala lang muna namin yung isa't isa. At least, napag-alaman na namin yung mga weaknesses namin tsaka strength namin. So, doon lang kami naglaro.
So maganda yung naging adjustment mo. Actually, TH, yung first game, yun nga, medyo kapado. Hindi mo pa kapado yung offense ng team. Para to nga, yun, since ikaw yung ating player of the ball game, TH, shoutout na lang muna.
Well, shoutout sa Peak Basketball Tournament. No, napakagandang tournament na ito. Thank you for organizing it. Siyempre sa boss namin, Boss RJ Bakuyag, sa lahat ng TP Spot supporters, sa dalawang coaches namin. Mga Tumal family, thank you.
Alright. Coach, shoutout.
First of all, shoutout again sa Peak Basketball Tournament. Napagandang paliga to. So, shoutout sa inyo. Then, shoutout din sa una-una sa misis ko, si M. Then, sa mga taga-Lagro. So, maraming salamat sa panonood. Manood ulit kayo dito.
Once again, congratulations. 3P Spot improving to 2-1 ang kanilang win-loss card nila. Player of the ball game, congratulations TH, and congratulations Coach. Thank you so much.